Greetings from New York City. I'm Phil and we're running the bridges. It's a video series where we visit all the bridges in New York City that you can run across. The big, the small, the old, the new, world famous icons, and the ones you've never even heard of. And today we are in Brooklyn. We are in the Coney Island neighborhood of Brooklyn, and we are visiting the Stillwell Avenue Bridge. And this crosses the Coney Island Creek between Coney Island and Gravesend neighborhoods of Brooklyn. And so I don't have a whole lot of information about the street, about stats or history or when it was built. It's a pretty standard steel and concrete bridge, but I will show you here now the Coney Island Creek, because we are going over the bridge right now. So there is a look at the Coney Island Creek. And of course, Coney Island Creek was the natural body of water along with Sheepshead Bay that separated Coney Island from the rest of Brooklyn and actually made it an island. And which it naturally was. Part of that land was filled in between, I believe, like the 1920s and 1940. So part of it is connected on land now, but part of Coney Island is still separated by Coney Island Creek. And you can see just right over there, that's another bridge. That's a subway bridge. That's not a pedestrian bridge. Just a few blocks over to the west of us is Cropsey Avenue Bridge, rather, which we covered in a previous video. And then the only other bridge connecting Coney Island with the other parts of Brooklyn is the Ocean Avenue pedestrian bridge, which was featured in our last video. And so this is just a little look as we cross the bridge here. And this, again, this is on Stillwell Avenue. So if you go just behind me about a half a mile, you'll get, not even a half a mile probably, you get to the Stillwell Avenue subway station, which is a terminal point for 4 subway lines, the D, F, N, and Q, which serves the Coney Island boardwalk and amusements just past the subway station. You can reach all the Coney Island amusements, the rides, the beach. It's a great access point to that. So this is one possible way that you can get to Coney Island on foot. So now the nearest street down to the south of us, behind us, is Neptune Avenue, and now we are across the bridge and just kind of showing you. So that's the Belt Parkway right above me, and the nearest street right over there is Shore Parkway, but the street with the stoplights there, you see that with the stoplights as the nearest through street, that's Avenue Z. So if you're familiar with the Brooklyn street layout and you know all the lettered streets, and you think, is there actually an Avenue Z? And there is actually an Avenue Z right back there where that stoplight is. All right, but I'm going to show you just for the sake of interest, since Coney Island Creek was filled in between between Shell Road and West End Avenue, and Shell Road is just a few blocks from here. And so I'll take a little video and show you, and I'll insert that right here of the head of Coney Island Creek. Okay, so now we are on Shell Road at the intersection with Shore Parkway and West 6th Street. West 6th Street is blocked off kind of, but so here's the intersection. That's Shell Road, and above us is the F train, and like going perpendicular to us right here, that's the Belt Parkway. So we're at the Belt Parkway, and this is the end of Coney Island Creek. So that's and it looks really polluted and fairly toxic. But that is the inauspicious end of Coney Island Creek, and we're just like a few blocks northeast of the Stillwell Avenue Bridge, but just to get an idea. And this street, there's not a bridge here. The water just ends. This is a landfill. But just so you can get an idea of what the end of Coney Island Creek looks like on this side of Shore Road. Okay, so now back to Stillwell Ave. Okay, and so now we're just on the other side of the creek. Nothing too exciting, nothing too interesting. I think at one point they were planning to build a canal, of transforming Coney Island Creek into a canal, which possibly a navigable waterway. Instead, they decided to fill it in. So, but there's also been talk about transforming some of this land here into more of a land that can withstand storm surge, because like during Hurricane Sandy, Superstorm Sandy, this was pretty badly damaged. And this is on the back end, on the north end of Coney Island. So the beach got whatever damage it did, but a lot of the storm surge would come into this back end and up into Coney Island Creek, flooded a lot of these areas. And talking about there's proposals about maybe making this a little bit more durable and able to withstand large storm surges. But in the meantime, that's the Stillwell Avenue Bridge across Coney Island Creek. And in fact, I will show you here, because on this side we get a better view. Yeah, you can see the subway station, and with the big roof, and you can even see the top of the Wonder Wheel from over there. So we are close to Coney Island, and let's look at the Stillwell Avenue Bridge. All right. So thank you for watching. Hope to see you out here running sometime, and we'll see where the wind takes us for the next one.